Empiezo yo. ¿Dónde empiezo yo? I'm not in a hurry. I'm not supposed to get all the parts.
Yes.
Mayor Mitchell,
Call the roll. Here.
Vice Mayor Fahed,
Here.
Councilman Santeen,
Here.
Councilwoman Bravo,
Here.
Councilman Vasquez.
Here.
There's a quorum present.
Okay, thank you. Let's see. The first order, are we approving the minutes? This is the approval of the minutes from the last. Oh,
The last one
okay,
from last year.
okay.
Yes.
So the first order of business is the approval of minutes. This is for we're meeting tonight for the local planning agency meeting on August 12th, 2024. So do I have a motion for approval of minutes?
To approve. Second.
Any discussion? Call the vote, please.
Vice Mayor Fahed,
Yes.
Councilman Santeen,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bravo,
Yes.
Councilman Vasquez,
Yes.
Mayor Mitchell.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. We move to a public hearing for an ordinance, and I'll let either Heidi or JC read it out, and then we'll open it up for public comments.
An ordinance of the City of Miami Springs, Florida, amending the city's comprehensive plan by adopting the Evaluation and Appraisal Review, EAR-based comprehensive plan amendments, providing for transmittal, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
Okay, let's open it up for public hearing first. I'm going to open the public hearing. Do we have anyone signed up?
There's
Erica
no one online.
Anyone
No.
online? Okay, give it a few seconds in case anyone wants to pop through the door. All right, I close the public hearing. Let's see, Sylvia, are you going to be talking about this? Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council. Thank you for agreeing to meet a little bit earlier today to hold your required local planning agency meeting for this particular item. This is not going to be very long. I think I've briefed all of you on why we're doing this again so soon after adopting a similar amendment in 2022. That cycle was kind of behind schedule, so we're bumping up against the next one, which is due now. So we have taken the approach, because the previous one was so recent, to do the minimal necessary to comply with the statutory requirements this time, so that we are in compliance in order for us to have the opportunity to make any other more substantial changes as a result of the other processes that were ongoing, that we're not ready to amend the comp plan based on yet. So if you had the opportunity, I'm sure that super entertaining going through the whole book. There were only very minimal changes that were made, edits to just basically some editorial things, but also things that address changes in the statutes in the last couple of years, and some errors that we found. We updated your maps, but anything else more substantive is going to happen after we do this. So tonight is in order for us to be able to transmit this to the agencies. We are submitted under the expedited review process, which is a 30-day review. So Erica and I were talking, I think, Erica, that's probably going to be in October, but that will come back for your adoption. That's it. If you have any questions about anything specific, I'm happy to address in the amendment.
Any questions for Sylvia or for anyone else in staff? Sylvia, the review process, can you tell me what happens during the review process?
Well, basically right now, what we're going to do is, if it gets approved tonight, we will package it and send it to what is now Florida Commerce. And it will be distributed to all the other state and regional reviewing agencies, including Miami-Dade County. They have a 30-day period to review, compile their comments and send them to us. If there are any comments on what we're proposing, there can be objections, comments, and recommendations. If there are objections, we definitely have to address them. If there are comments, we can choose not to address them, and depending on what they are. I usually do if it's something that doesn't go against the vision of the city, unless it's something that, you know, we're sort of missing that would put us not in compliance with some rule or regulation or statute, which probably would trigger an objection. But then at that point, we will have made all the necessary revisions and we'll bring it back to you for adoption. And then we have an up-to-date comprehensive plan that we can work on. The reason why the EAR-based process is important to follow in terms of the timing is that if you don't do it, the municipality is not allowed to make any other amendments to its comprehensive plan. So in other words, if as a result of the Gateway process or the Northwest 36th Street process, we do not have this done, we would not be able to make those individually. We could make them as part of the EAR process, but since we are due now, we're not going to be able to include anything that comes out. And I'm not saying that there will be amendments to the comp plan. I'm not sure, but I suspect that for at least the Northwest 36th Street and the Abraham tract, there might be. Then, you know, we need to get this done. Does that answer the question?
It does. And probably you're not the best one to answer this. I'm thinking probably Tammy or Erica. Heidi, in the past, when we've submitted it, have we gotten comments back and reviews that we've had to work on, or has it pretty much?
I actually
Fine.
can answer
Oh,
a
okay.
little
Oh,
bit of that question because I did review the previous package. There were some minor comments and recommendations that were addressed. There were no objections
Mhm.
because that previous amendment, it also wasn't as, in other words, I mean, I'm not going to say it wasn't substantive. It did make amendments to the future land use element, the transportation element, but it wasn't a major overhaul. It did not go through like a visioning process that, you know, typically you would do, identifying new big local issues. And we haven't done that either because it's so recent and because we are undergoing these other processes. And so as a matter of expeditiousness, that's why we're doing the minimal necessary this time, knowing that that will leave the door open for us to address all the other potential changes. If we have a change in vision, a change in policy generally for other elements, housing, et cetera, then we can do those afterwards. But the last time, as far as I know, there were some comments received, but there were no major comments and no objections.
Thank you, Sylvia. And thank you for your work on this and the thought process of, you know, let's get to here so that we can continue adding to it as we continue looking at Northwest 36th Street and other commercial areas, city. Are there any other questions for Sylvia? Is there a motion?
Motion to approve 3A.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Call the vote, please.
Vice Mayor Fahet,
Yes.
Councilman Santeen.
Yes.
Councilwoman Bravo,
Yes.
Councilman Vasquez.
Yes.
Mayor Mitchell.
Yes.
The motion carries.
All right, thank you. With that, if there's no other business for the LPA, then we will adjourn and adjourn this meeting, and we will be starting our regular council meeting at 7 p.m. Thank you.